Hello, everybody. It is your girl, Precious, and I'm back with another video. So don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell button so you never miss a video when I do upload. And don't forget to share my videos wherever or whoever so they know you rocks with your girl. Shout out to my 202 subbies. Mwah! I love each and every one of you. Y'all don't understand how just so excited I am. Like, I love each and every one of you. My, of course, giveaway rules video and all that jazz will be up in like 2 weeks. So please bear with me. Okay, again, thank you to all 202 of you. I've already sung enough in all the videos you guys should have seen during the week by now on Tuesday through Thursday. So no more songs, okay? Okay, but I love each and every one of you. I do. If you're new here, hi, hello, welcome. I'm your girl Precious. This is the Precious Me channel. If you've been here before, let it baby. Okay, and if you have been watching but have not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button, the notification bell. All my videos are pre-recorded, but they premiere live. Of course, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. That helps recommend my videos to other people in the algorithm, and they find me, they subscribe. And it's a party, because there ain't a party till I walk in. How that Queen Pen song go? Oh yeah, because a party ain't a party till I walk in. I have to go. Y'all know how to song. You know how old you are. Y'all know what I'm talking about? I always feel like not a lot of people know who Queen Pen is, and that's a shame. Anyway, also don't forget to check the description bar down below. You'll find all of my perfectly curated playlists, reviews, and etc. Just my 2 cents. New hair, who this? What's your sense? Drag Race, Vlogmas, Bridgerton, Black Cinema. I said reviews and etc. Just my 2 cents. Yes. I don't know. But anyway, what's your buttholes? I did say that. Did I not? Dead. And of course, the links to the IG and the Facebook. Okay, so without further, oh, and don't forget to down there, drop down, get your eagle on so we can talk about it. Okay. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get to this video. I know. If you've seen the title and the thumbnail, you're probably thinking, heifer, you could have kept it to yourself. Well, you been at with this goddamn video. Well, I had to give myself time to calm down and not be so angry, okay? And I'm not talking about angry as in angry with the show. No, angry with the people who watch the show and the people who just was shitting over my favorite season of Bridgerton. Well, my second favorite season of Bridgerton, because my favorite season is Queen Charlotte. But like, how dare y'all? If we're gonna talk about the first 3, seasons of the main Bridgerton, season 3 is my favorite, and I just could not have y'all making me feel like I wanted to tussle and fight, snatch this wig off, and get ready to rumble with you heifers. But nonetheless, y'all, I'm here to finally give you my review. And I have to say, if y'all seen the stories, the quick little shorts I put up, literally episodes 5 through 8 made me cry. Like, every episode I was in tears. Like, I was like, why am I crying? What the hell? Like, I want to blame it on my period, but no. Like, it was so beautiful. It made me cry. Like, every episode I was crying, okay? This is not going to be that long, and I'm not going to do this how I did part 1. So we're just gonna get into it. So of course we get out of the carriage after Colin and Penelope was dry hunching and finger hunching and touching and stuff and kissing and whatnot. And Colin didn't go wash his hands in a pitcher of cold water or nothing. And he walked in there and told his mom and them, "We get married." And everybody was like, "Oh my God, yeah!" And he just was hugging and touching everybody with Penelope coochie juice on him. And I'm just like, "You nasty friend, you nasty friend, you nasty friend." And Penelope was so excited and everybody was excited, and Gregory was like, "Man, how you gonna get married before I could even go out and get drunk with you?" He was like, "I'm sorry, friend." And so Francesca was like, "What's your problem?" And Eloise thought she was talking to her, and then everybody turned around and looked at Eloise's ass, and she was like, "I'm gonna go." And so Colin was like, and Penelope's like, "I'm gonna go talk to her," or whatever. So she went out in the hallway, and what y'all seen from the preview, and she was like, "So how long this been going on?" And Penelope was like, "Girl, it just happened. Okay, it's new. It surprised me too." And then Eloise was like, "Well, how long you had feelings for my brother?" And I was like, "You really want to know?" And then she's like, "I don't even want to know." Good answer, friend. Good answer. Because you don't even want to know that. Girl, she been in love with that boy since the day she met him. Let it go. Like another love. TKO. So then Eloise was like, well, girl, he ain't going to even love you until he know the real you. So you better tell him you lady whistle down. And she's like, I'm going to tell him. And, you know, Eloise walked off because she was crying and whatnot. And then, you know, Penelope, in the very petty way that she petty, told her mama and everybody that her and Colin was engaged down there in the whistle down, and her mama and her sister was just flabbergasted and taken aback and just like, oh, this what we doing? So then we see Anthony and Kay had came back from they pre-baby moon, because I believe Kate was pregnant before she left. And so she come back, everybody excited. Benedict over there hunching on that old lady. I don't give a shit. And so you know, they get in the house, and you know, Hyacinth tell Anthony and Kate that Colin getting married, and Anthony looked at his brother like, and Kate said, that is wonderful news. Fix your motherfucking face. She didn't say that, but that was the sentiment. So Anthony was like, come on, let's go talk. Let me holler at you real quick. And pro little Gregory felt left out. And so they go in there studying, they talk, and you know, Anthony poured him a drink. He was like, get to talking. What happened? And cause how the fuck I leave? And I come back and you get married? What? I was only gone for 2 episodes. I was only gone for 3 episodes, okay? Which I think equates to 3 months. Like, the fuck? I was only gone for 3 months, and all of a sudden you get married, friend. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? And so, you know, Colin was like, listen, I know this seemed quick, but I know Penelope off damn near my whole life, friend. I mean, the last situation with that one line ass heifer, you know, that was quick. This, I known this girl forever, and I really love her. And Anthony was like, did you tell her this? He was like, I mean, I told her I wanted to get married and whatnot. Anthony was like, tell that girl you love her, friend. Don't have that girl wondering if whether or not you love her. Don't do that. I did it, and your sister almost died. Because she didn't think I loved her. So take your ass across the street and tell Penelope you love her. So he did. And you know, Benedict gave a toast to their wives, and Colin took his little nasty ass out the door and sniffed his fingers. And I'm like, you still ain't washed your hands, friend? Did you take a bath? So he go over there, and Penelope decided to take her little cute ass in the room to talk to her mom in the drawing room, and Portia over there at the window thinking about if she kill her when she not go to jail. I'm not saying that's what she was thinking, but that was the vibe I was getting. So Penelope walks in there. She said, hey, mama. And Portia said, hey, mama. Your ass been upstairs in your room all fucking day and ain't said 2 words to me. And I found out my daughter engaged and fucking whistle down. You trace your little ass up in here from being out and doing God knows what, God knows where, with Colin Bridgerton ass. Talking about, hey, mama. And this I found out your ass is engaged. And but I was like, well, girl, I ain't feel like sharing my happy news with you. Portia said, happy news. Don't play in my face, Penelope. Don't piss me off. Because you forgot how all that shit went down 4-5 years ago. Actually, it's like 2 years ago, but, you know, technically in Bridgerton, in real time, it was 4 years ago, when your lying-ass cousin and me hooked up that scheme to try and get that boy to marry her, and then the whole family treated us like we was some dirty, dingy, mangy-ass dogs in the street, and now, this what you... Bitch, you got amnesia? And then that man who was weird or particular or whatever the fuck he was, Lord, whatever his name was, that man got money security. He was going to fly on and whatever and was going to leave you in charge of shit. And you didn't want security. Oh, no, you want to play fancy on the motherfucking neighbor boy. Huh? Huh? So Colin come running in there and Vaughn was like, Mr. Bridgerton. And she was like, oh, hey, Mr. Bridgerton. He's like, let me tell you something about your motherfucking self. And Portia said, you weren't even supposed to hear it. He said, I don't give a fuck. I'm talking, bitch. And I was like, wait a minute, okay? Like, a part of me was like a little turned on that he was cussing her out, but then a part of me was like, Penelope, tell him don't be talking to your motherfucking mama like that. At the end of She had to do nothing strange for no change, okay? I asked her to marry me because I love her. And at the end of the day, don't be talking shit about our Bridgerton name. And I said, oh, okay, well, maybe I forgive you. Penelope was just whoosh, like an ocean, okay? And so he said, okay, while you're so worried about your standing, you need to understand that out of all you bitches, Penelope is the most eligible. Matter of fact, come on, boo. Give me your hand and let's get the fuck up out of here. If I wind up slapping the dog shit out your mama. Good day, Lady Featherington. That ain't what he said, but that's the extent of how he felt. And so they leave out the house, and I'm thinking to myself after the 5th time I watched it, so y'all not going to tell her lady maid to follow them? I don't give a fuck if they're engaged. They not married. Why y'all just let that girl go? Where is Ray? So Varley was standing there like, yeah, Free, he chewed you the fuck out. But you want some tea or something? I don't know. You want some smelling salt, Free? You want me to do your hair? Get your eyebrows or something? That's how Varley felt. So of course we get to the infamous mirror scene. Again, y'all should already know how I felt because I did my little short. But what I love the most about what they did prior to the mirror scene was they had Colin to her, he loved her first. In the book, she said, I love you first. And Colin didn't actually say I love you to her until, like, I think after they did it or right before they, like, had sex. They was laying in bed naked, okay, in the book. But I love the fact that while they were freshly engaged, they had him say that to her. Because in the book, I think at this point, Colin and Penelope had been engaged maybe like a month at this point, and he had finally said, I love you. And I love the fact that by him saying I love you first, in the context of him saying it, didn't come off of something that was like a messiness betwixt the two of them, because that's what it was in the book, versus, you know, him defending her. And she was like, you know, he was talking and taking you know, the tarps and shit off of the furniture, like, yeah, this is where we gonna live at, and you know, we gonna decorate it. And then he was like, oh, you don't think we should be here by ourselves? He was like, I mean, we gonna be married, so it don't matter. And I'm just like, Colin, you just... Colin said, look here, you finna be my old lady anyway. I mean, what's a few minutes of us being alone? And I'm like, well, friend. And she was like, you know, ain't nobody ever stood up for me like that. And Colin was like, girl, I'm always standing up for you. I love you. And she was like, are you sure? Now, mind you, she did say that in the book, so that was a book line, thank you. And he was like, yeah, you know, he nodded his head or whatever. And so then he went ahead, put in front of that mirror and started saying words of affirmations to her. And next thing you know, he started undressing her. And I said, oh, this is what we finna do? Oh, okay. Now, mind you, when the day I was watching it, the day before it actually came out, I actually missed the mirror scene because, again, I was at work. But actually seeing the mirror scene, oh my God. Y'all, listen. Nicola, she really is a gorgeous woman, okay? Okay, and somebody who was also a part of the Perfect Breast community, thank you, Nicola, for your service, okay? And then, you know, her playing up the innocence of being a virgin was perfect. Because, like, your first time, girl, you don't know what's going on? Girl, I'm naked, and he finna take his clothes off. Okay, and then what's gonna happen next? Like, ain't nobody told me what to do. We clearly know Portia never said nothing. Because what's her name, didn't know where the man was supposed to insert himself. Anyway, so he was up there staring at her, and they was making this deep eye contact, and then he got naked. And when he dropped them pants, I said, oh yeah, you know, give us the illusion that Colin got a big dick, because you know what, Colin has big dick energy. And then he went over there and he got on top of the thing, and they hunched. And I love the fact that they very much kept the conversation from the book in their first time. And I love the fact that just like in the book, Penelope fucked Colin back. So if y'all didn't pay attention, okay, Colin wasn't just humping on her, she was humping him back. Go back and watch it, okay? If you pay attention, they get each other, okay? It's a And that's probably how they broke that chase. Insert the picture here. That was the furniture, the chaison. I'm sorry, because that's what the audio description man said. It was the chaison. And so, you know, after they had hunched it or whatever, she was like, Colin, I'm going to tell you something. And then the goddamn servants came banging on the door. And I'm like, well, damn. I mean, thank God y'all stopped her from saying what she was saying. But damn, like, can y'all at least let a bitch get decent? So after that, they had got dressed. And we see Queen Charlotte being petty. And she done put a reward on Lady Whistledown head for 5,000 pounds. And Colin Penelope was just hiding in the carriage all loved up. And I'm just like, y'all just nasty. I'm pretty sure y'all probably didn't wash your hands again. And so after that, what happened? After that, we get over there to Featherington house, and Portia tell the other two to be nice to their sister, and Philippa called her out like, bitch, I know you lying. You the one was always being mean. She like, look, at the end of the day, we're gonna start being nice. And Penelope said, oh, you in here chewing my ass out earlier today? Was you being nice, friend? You know what? I'm gonna go to my room. And Penelope went up there and started writing more petty shit about her mama. So then we get to the engagement party, brunch, lunch, dinner, or whatever. And you know, Kate looked real pretty. I like the fact that Benedict called Kate's sister. I love them. I call my sister-in-law sister too. So they know, bitch, we a family. Okay? If you and that man decide y'all don't want to be together no more, I don't give a fuck. You still my sister. I don't give a fuck. You's my sister. Okay? You my sister. Alright? So, you know, Penelope and them showed up, and then Colin was like, oh, there go my future wifey. And, you know, Portia's like, there go my son to be. And Colin said, oh, are we playing nice today? She was like, look, let's just get over all of that, all right? We're going to be family, okay? Tell your mama all this look nice. What to look at? What I tell y'all, Polly Walker cracks me clean up. So then everybody get to talking, and then Colin decided to be petty, which was in the book. He was like, yeah, I don't know why Cressida here, but let that whole bask in your triumph. And then we get Eloise telling Penelope, bitch, either you tell him at midnight or I'ma tell him. TikTok on TikTok. And so then we get to them playing charades and everybody going back and forth, and Kate and Anthony tell Violet and them they pregnant. Violet realized that Francesca and what's his name is really in love, but I don't think she see it for him. And then Penelope have a panic attack, and Colin, we see him being insecure about whether or not she loves him, because she didn't say I love you back. And so he was like, look, friend, if all of this is too much and you feel like what I did in the carriage was wrong and you don't feel the way I feel, she was like, Colin, I gotta tell you something. And then Eloise egg ass come over and say, look here, I gotta tell you something. He's like, girl, go get a cold towel, get the fuck out of my face. And then what's her name, Cressida get up and say, let me tell y'all something, okay, bitch, I am her, she is me, bitch, I'm Lady Whistledown. And then Penelope fall the fuck out. And then when I tell you that shit cracked me clean the fuck up, because I'm like, why she fall out like that, Jesus? And she was just spread on the floor. On that floor. Why was she on that floor like that? Oh, that shit cracked me clean the fuck up that she was on that floor. It wasn't meant to be funny, y'all. It was funny to me. Then we get to the second episode, which is Romance of Mr. Bridgerton. The queen knew that Cressida's ass was lying. She pulled her up to the to the castle, wherever she was at, and she was like, all right, so you Lady Whistledown, why the fuck you didn't print no paper this morning? Because the paper come every morning like clockwork, and all of a sudden, bitch, you Lady Whistledown, but there ain't no paper out for it? Come on now. So what the paper at? Matter of fact, bitch, why is you telling me you Lady Whistledown? Oh, because you want $5,000 paper, bitch. Don't you charge these people for this paper? Bitch, you don't need my money. You probably got as much money as me, ho. So again, where the paper? Matter of fact, girl, why you sitting here playing in my face? Because I know that you know that I know that you know, bitch, that you was not my op. Because I know my op better than I know my motherfucking self. And I know you ain't her. Because Fred would have had the paper out. I also know that friend when they gave me no little eekly deekly pieces of crumbage. So until you give me a paper, bitch, poof, pal, be fucking gone. So Penelope over there stressing the fuck out, and she trying to figure out what she gonna say against Cressida. So Colin bring his love sick puppy ass over there. He just so in love. And to bring her the betrothal ring, and Portia over there supervising and chaperoning. And I'm like, ma'am, he already know what her vagina feels like with his fingers and his penis. He know what she look like naked, and she know what he look and feel like, friend. You're too late. Okay? They've already hunched, bumped, come all of that, friend. You're too late. So of course he give her the ring or whatever. You know, she tell him, you know, you shouldn't even be over here, because what I got might be catching him, like delusion. Because both of y'all delusional, friend. So after that, you know, he tell her, you know, good day, Miss Smitherton, but not for long, and how pretty the ring is, not as pretty as her. And they just so cute, it make me sick. And Portia was like, good day, Mr. Bridgerton. And Colin walked the fuck out that room and say shit to her. If y'all go back and watch it, she tells him bye, and Colin don't say shit to Portia. He don't say not a motherfucking thing to Portia. He can't say that. And what else happened? And so then Colin come over there. He was like, yeah, so how long you knew she was Lady Whistledown? And Eloise was like, oh, you talked to Penelope? He was like, yeah, because me and her both was like crossing her, you know. And she was like, wait, what? He was like, yeah, we was both talking about how crossing her, you know, out here lying and whatever. And she was like, oh. In her mind, she thinks, so no, you didn't talk to this bitch, and this bitch didn't tell you. He was like, so I mean, so what's up? How long you knew she was? And she was like, look, this shit news to me too. But look here, I'm gonna go over there and tell the scribbler herself, she needs to stop all that shit. And he was like, all right, good money, bet money first. So she go over there to Penelope house, and she's like, look here, bitch, let that hoe pretend to be you. Okay, let that shit go. You finna be a Bridgerton, bitch. Let all that shit go. And Penelope was like, bitch, I think the fuck not. Bitch, this is my life's work. What we not finna do is let this bitch that's been my op from day one pretend to be me. Bitch, is you serious? That is my name. I worked hard for that name. Bitch, is you serious? And, you know, Eloise was like, well, girl, you finna be a Bridgerton. That's finna be your last name. And, you know, at one point in time, friend, I'd have been happy for you to be my sister. But go and let it go, friend, like a little TKO, alright? Okay, alright. See you later, friend. Well, she tell her back. After all of that, what happened? I thought it was cute. Colin and them is bonding with their future brother-in-law. And what else happened? Ain't too much happening in episode 6 that I really care about. Oh, we meet this man that Benedict gonna hunch on. He was a very cute man, and the man was like, so what you do? Like, you draw, you paint, you write poetry or something? And you could tell Benedict didn't know how to answer that, because, you know, he's still struggling with, you know, how he feel about being an artist because of what happened in season 2 with Anthony paying for him to go around there to the school. So, you know, he didn't want to be no Nepo baby. So he was like, girl, fuck all y'all. He was like, no, friend, I don't do none of that. I'm just Benedict. You know what I'm saying? So what's up? And he was like, yeah, friend, woo, woo, woo. And then after that, Benedict see Paul and that lady kissing. And Benedict said, you know what, friend, I'm finna go home. Because, yeah, I don't even get down like that, friend. I'm gonna go home. So after that, we get to the party with the Mind Ridges or whatever. Did that happen in this episode? Yeah. So we get around there to the Mind Ridges party. And baby Cressida in that red dress ain't down, okay? So she give us a little oh, the church scene happened in this too, where they was at the church and they was reading the bands, and they had a cute little moment in the church house. Emma and Lord Cho getting married too, and I'm like, bitch, when did this happen? All this shit y'all kept showing us with Benedict, y'all could have showed us the people. So they get married and they dance in the church. Penelope does tell Colin she loved him, that she has always loved him. I think my favorite line from that whole scene was, I've loved you in secret. Like, that line got me, because it's like, you didn't even know that I loved you. Like, I've secretly carried around my love for you. And he was like, you know, I'm gonna make up for it. And they danced in the church, and it was just so cute. And then, you know, Portia outside, you know, just all like, you know what, my baby in love. And I like that. You know, Violet and them, oh, Lady Danbury Petty. Anyway, so then we get to the Mind Regis' ball. And the queen, you know, Cressida show up in this badass red dress. I'm talking about eating them hoes. Okay? Say what you want, bitch. But Cressida was eating in that red dress. Okay? I'll insert a clip somewhere. And so the queen was like, bitch, didn't I tell you I didn't want to see you? Why is you here, ho? And she was like, you know what? I just wanted to come and give you a present. And she was like, oh, a present, huh? And so then the Mind Regis, the queen was in a badass dress wig outfit combination, too. And so then the Mind Regis servants coming out with these little index cards with Cressida talking about she gonna come out with her next issue and all of that, because, you know, she Lady Whistledown. And so Penelope mad than a motherfucker, and Eloise was having a panic attack, and Colin was like, what them two bitches up to? So then they go in there and they talk about it, and Penelope was like, look, I now understand that Lady Whistledown is power, and what we not finna do is give this hoe that power. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna sneak up on up out of here, and I'm gonna go write you know, the issue. So she get in the carriage, baby, and it was like, you know, substance abuse of getting their first hit after not doing drugs for too long. And baby, she got the writing and smiling. I said, there she go. There she go. So she get around there. You know, she took her earrings and hair clips and all that shit out. She put a little cloak on, and she get around there. She said, I know it was the issue with the silk purses or whatever, but here go my issue. He was like, anything for Lady Whistledown, baby? Anything for you? You that girl. And he took the paper, and bitch, that smile on her face was everything. And next thing you know, the little smile wiped away, because she was like, Colin. I said, bitch, I know you lied. Colin said, so it was you? I said, bitch, Nutty followed her. So, of course, if you didn't read the book, that was from the book. But the way they did it in the show was so much better. Because there she go. She's smiling. She did it. And Colin creep up on that ass. Now, I don't know if how many of y'all paid attention, but Colin had gloves on. Okay? And if y'all don't know, one thing about the Bridgerton brothers, they not afraid to tussle. Okay? So then we get to the next episode, which is called The Joint in the Hands. Episode 6 is Romance and Mr. Bridgerton, so I was wrong about the carriage ride. So anyway, we open with Colin crying and upset and angry and feeling betrayed, hoodwinked, and swindled and bamboozled. He was like, so you the one that pretty? She was like, I didn't do none of that shit. He was like, oh, but everyone else was you. This whole time, I'm around here wondering whether or not you love me, if I was worthy of you. And the whole time you was lying to me, playing in my face? Is you for real, friend? You know what, girl? Fuck you. And he walk off. He didn't say all of that. But what he did say, I didn't really care for, so we just gonna say that's what he said. And he let that girl standing there crying. But Colin had on gloves, because he was like, you know, I done thought the goddamn carriage driver then kidnapped you, and I thought I was gonna have to beat his motherfucking ass. That's why he had the gloves on, because Colin thought he was gonna have to beat the people up. And then he was like, well, girl, fuck you. So then he walked over and go get back in his carriage, and then her footman, her carriage driver was sitting there like, bitch, you ready? You ready to go, bitch? You ready? Cause I watched that shit. I said, nothing people stood there the whole time while he cussed out. So she get back home, and she heartbroken and distraught. And Colin over there upset. And when he see Eloise, he chew her the fuck out. Actually, no. What happened? Oh, so both of the Whistledowns come out, and the queen standing up there with Cressida and them. And so then we hear Cressida mama, because Cressida mama helped her write it. She talking cash money shit about Violet, saying that that lady a hoe, half of her churn ain't for the dead Viscount man. And saying that all them churn confused love for lust. And I'm like, bitches, you still mad that Prince Friedrich chose Daphne? Don't get mad. She was the diamond of the season, ho. What you mad for? What you mad for? Why you mad, ho? Oh, you mad, ho? You mad, ho? You mad? You mad, ho? You mad? Oh, fuck you. So Violet was hot because she said, bitch, I know you motherfucking lying. So Miss Whistle was like, girl, put that dumb shit down. Here go the real Lady Whistledown. So then we read that one, and Lady Whistledown went in. She was like, first and foremost, let me tell you something for sure. I I may not ever tell you bitches who I may be, but bitch, one thing I ain't gonna do is lie to you, okay? First and foremost, this other man, whatever his name was, he ain't even around here paying people the money they owed, okay? That was called back to season 1. If y'all don't remember when Anthony had told Daphne she couldn't be with that one man. We see Penelope and her mama and them walking in the park or wherever fuck they be at, and she see Eloise and Benedict. And Benedict was like, girl, you read Lady Whistle down again? She was like, yeah, it was interesting today. So Penelope come over there, she said, hey y'all, how y'all doing? And Benedict was like, hey friend, I'm gonna take this Lady Whistle down, I'm gonna go over here. And so she was like, hey Elle girl, let me tell you something. You know, Elle was like, girl, I'm so glad you wrote. She was like, your brother no. And she was like, oh shit, what happened? How he feel? She was like, girl, he furious. I'm talking about he is mad with me. Girl, I don't even know he wants to marry me. We're supposed to be getting married this week. I don't know. And Eloise was like, well, look here, friend, that's betwixt y'all. I can't help you. You know, I was always in the middle. And she was like, I mean, yeah. She was like, I mean, you did meet him first. True, but it was a crush. And, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, it started off as a crush, silly infatuation. I really do love him. But, you know, me and you, like, this is real. You my homegirl. You know what I'm saying? Like, you my sister for real. Like, fuck the other two bitches that I'm actually related to. You my sister. She was like, look, I can't help you. Okay, y'all gonna figure it out for her, but I can't help you. So then when Eloise get back home, Colin pull her up like, so you knew this whole time and wasn't gonna tell me? She was like, okay, first of all, I was gonna tell you. But at the time, I didn't feel like I wanted to give you that same heartbreaking pain that I felt. You know what I'm saying? He was like, well, when you found out? She was like, man, I found out last year or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it was hard for me. But I mean, you gonna get over this. He was like, oh, I'm gonna get over this. You don't remember the shit she just wrote about me at the beginning of the fucking season? And she was like, oh yeah, that was big for her. He was like, look, you just be glad you ain't never went through no type of heartache before. And I'm like, didn't that girl just tell you she went through a heartbreak when she found out her best friend was Lady Whistle Down? Like, Eloise had a little heartbroken when she realized she couldn't be with that Theo boy. Like, don't do her like that. But I don't think he meant it to be malicious. Because, you know, the Bridgertons, they don't know each other like that. They cool, but they don't know each other like that as siblings. You know what I'm saying? Do your siblings ever really know you? So then what happened in episode 7? So then they get to planning this wedding or whatever. And, you know, Violet and Portia was like, girl, shouldn't they want to be around each other? Like, what the fuck is their problem? And Portia was like, girl, I don't fucking know. Like, he came over to the house, gave her a little rain bitch that was all cutesy, and now all of a sudden this nigga don't want to come over there. Like, girl, I don't know what happened. And so Penelope was like, is she gonna look at me? He was like, look, girl, my mama wanted to know what was going on or whatever. I didn't tell her what was happening. She was like, is you still gonna marry me? He was like, I'm a man of honor, and we was, you know, hunching. And he was like, I mean, maybe that was part of your entrapment. And I mind you, he only said that shit to be petty because he overheard her mama say that. And she was like, boy, I didn't entrap you. I'd have cussed Colin out because I'd have got loud. I said, entrap. Entrap, bitch. Portia and Violet would have had to come get me off of him. Entrap. Nigga, didn't you chase after my carriage and touch me? Did you take me to our new house and undress me and trap you? God took my shoe off and hit him with it. You know what I'm saying? So then he was like, I mean, is you still gonna be Lady Whistle Down? And she was like, I don't know. And then he looked at her like, bitch. He was like, look, I don't know what we gonna do then if you don't know what the fuck you gonna do. But I mean, let's get through this marriage and then we'll figure out. And I'm like, bitch. Well, he said, wait, whatever. So then he go out drinking with his brothers and them, and you know, he out there getting drunk as a skunk. And they're like, you all right, friend? Like, yeah, I'm good. And John was like, I don't think y'all mama like me. And they was like, she do like you. She like great love stories or whatever. And Benedict was like, you know what you should do, friend? You should throw rocks at Francesca's window. And Colin was like, no, don't fucking listen. Don't do that. He was like, all right, well, I'm gonna think about it. He was like, nigga. So after that, you know, Will and John leave. And so Benedict was like, you all right for real, friend? He was like, I'm good, you good? And I was like, oh, shit. Well, Benedict was like, all right, well, you be good. Good night, love you. I'm gonna go see you tomorrow. So Benedict was like, bitch, you can be talking to me like this in public. So then Colin take his drunk ass on the little walk. We see Penelope over there talking to her homegirl, Genevieve, and Genevieve had to tell Penelope about herself. She like, look here for it. Yeah, all that shit you did, you shouldn't have did it. But you was young. You didn't understand your power. But at the end of the day, in order for him to truly love you, you got to truly love yourself, okay? All right, now, girl, here. Cheers to your future wedding the night before your wedding, all that shit. Happy wedding eve, or whatever fuck she said. And they drunk that scotch or whatever. And after that, Penelope leaves. She walking down the street, just la da 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 da. And so then we see Colin rounding the corner. It's Penelope coming out the thing. Both of them late at night down the street doing shit they ain't got no business. And so Colin said, "Girl, where the fuck you coming from?" Matter of fact, I don't even want to know, because she's probably out here doing some shit she ain't got no business. So in pure petty moment, because I did it too, I just said, "Excuse the fuck out of you, and where the fuck you coming from? In your secret meetings, bitch. Where you been?" And he said, "I know you lying. You ain't got no business asking me them questions, and why the fuck I don't?" So he was like, so what you, what? So he pull up, like, so you was just gonna write all this shit about me and my peoples? She was like, first of all, listen, I understand what I said about Eloise was misguided, but I thought I was protecting her from the queen. And what about the shit you wrote about Morena? I was trying to protect you. He was like, so why the fuck you just like tell me to my face? And I'm thinking to myself, well, she tried to tell your dumb ass, but you didn't want to fucking listen. Granted, she didn't tell you the way she should have, but she tried. And he was like, oh, because you don't respect me. She was like, are you fucking serious? He was like, yeah, because the shit you wrote about me. She was like, first of all, I wrote that shit about you because you was around here acting like you didn't care for nobody and no one, and you was just him, them, and all of them, when at the end of the day, you don't even get down like that. I was talking about you because that ain't the nigga I fell in love with. He was like, what else Colin had said to her? Because Colin was mad. And he was like, and then you know what get me so mad with you? He was trying to change the subject. He was like, you know what made me so mad with you? Is that you had the audacity to tell me that I was going to be a good writer, probably lying to me. When you the most famous writer in all of Mayfair. She was like, first of all, I was not fucking lying to you. You are a good writer. So then he changed the subject again, talking about, you know what? Your ass was out here being foolish. Because you shouldn't have been doing that shit you was doing no way. She was like, Colin, I could take care of myself, okay? He was like, then what good am I to you? And she was like, because I love you. And he was like, and mind you, he needed to hear that because he was reverting back to his insecurities of another woman has lied to me. Another woman has made me fall in love with her. And I don't even know who she is or what's the truth or if everything she told me is a lie. So she was like, I love you, Colin. And then they get to... And I think he whispered, I love you too. And then he backed up against that door. And they got to kissing and touching. And he got to touching, okay? And they was all up against that door. And then some horse came in the little, what's it called? A hack. The little taxi carriage. And, you know, they was hunching. It was like, and they stopped. He was like, don't move. And then after that, he was like, come on. Get your ass in this carriage. I'll see you tomorrow. And she was like, okay. And then she was getting ready. And, Prudence was in there hating, and Philippa was in there reading. I caught that on an Instagram video. I saw like, bitch, not Prudence. Philippa was in there reading. So of course, you know, we get to the wedding or whatever, and oh, I meant to tell y'all, the night before the wedding, Kate and Anthony was waiting on Colin ass to show up, and he was like, hey, Kate, what's up, sis? What it do? And Anthony was like, bitch, am I invisible? I know you see me standing here. That ain't what he said, but that's what he should have said. So he was like, hey, brother, how you doing, nigga? What's up? And so they sit down. He was like, what are y'all doing here? And Kay said, your mama called us and said, you need some advice. Because what the fuck is your problem? You mad with Penelope? He was like, I mean, I feel like she lied to me or whatever. And Anthony was like, well, what happened? And Kay was like, that's none of our business. But listen, okay? You and her have known each other forever, and clearly it's something there, because, I mean, you getting married to the girl tomorrow. I mean, does this new information change the way you feel about her? He was like, no. She's like, look, okay, marriage take hard work, okay? And Andrew was like, our marriage ain't hard work. And Kate was like, shut your ass up. Yes, it is, okay? All the shit we had to get through to even get to being married. Shut up. And she was like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta, you gotta work through it to get where you at. And what else? He said something else, and she just was like, you know what? I'm gonna go. Because your brother getting on my goddamn nerve. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? I love you. Bye, boo. He was like, look, I got drunk the night before my wedding, too. The second one, too. Okay? And I got drunk again the next morning, friend. Okay? You gonna be alright. Alright? See you in the morning. So then we get to the wedding. And it was beautiful. And it made me cry. And they played Yellow. I found out that actually, in the actual scene, they actually listened to True Colors. Nicola actually walked down the aisle to True Colors, but what we heard was Yellow by Coldplay, which was also beautiful. And I love the fact that, you know, she was nervous at first, and when her and Colin locked eyes, he was like, it's okay, babe, I got you. So their wedding was so beautiful and so reassuring. It was just so pretty. So then we get to the wedding brunch reception, and you know, they ain't speaking to each other or whatever. And Eloise was crying her little heart out at that wedding. And so, you know, Benedict and Eloise have a moment. He was like, I mean, I understand your friendship with Colin and Penelope. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to love everybody while they're learning to love other people. And, you know, she's like, you know what, friend, get out of my face. And Benedict was like, you know what, fuck this. I'm leaving. I'm going to get me some pussy and some dick and fuck all y'all. So after that, Penelope and her mama have a cute little moment. She walked over there to Colin and she said, look here. Let's go do something. He was like, well, what you want to do? I mean, what's up? And she was like, come on, let's go to the center. And Colin was like, girl, I don't want to greet no more of these people. I don't want to tell nobody thank you. Fuck these people. Oh shit. And so Penelope was like, no, let's go dance. And Colin was like, girl, this is a wedding breakfast. Penelope said, I want to dance with my husband. I don't give a fuck about these people neither. So they go dance, and it was very beautiful. And they showed a shot of them dancing by themselves, basically like, fuck all them people. And it was very beautiful. And then next thing you know, John and Francesca danced, and they looked really cute together. And then Anthony tell Kay he want to go to India. And she was like, oh, I love you. And then at the end of the dance, Queen Charlotte ass show up. And everybody was like, oh shit, hey Queen Charlotte. And she was like, hey y'all, look here. Hey Lady Featherington, how you doing, friend? She said, look here, if your last name ain't Bridgerton, you ain't gotta go home, but you gotta get the fuck up out of here. And everybody was so, bitch, is Queen Charlotte putting us out these people's house? And they was just looking at her. And she said, now. And they was like, oh shit. And Violet was like, bye y'all, thank you for coming to the wedding. All right, I'll see you later. All right, girl. All right. And Portia was like, all right. And so Penelope said, and Colin said, bitch, where the fuck is you going? You a Bridgerton too now? Yeah. And she was like, oh yeah, I forgot. Like, fuck, I was almost out of here and this nigga paid attention to me. Like, girl, you gotta remember, the only motherfucker who pays you attention is that man you married to. Don't nobody else keep eyes on you. So Queen Charlotte said, look here, somebody here got a motherfucking secret, and you better start speaking right now. So Francesca, just as sweet as she want to be, gonna say, I got the secret. And everybody like, girl, what the fuck is you talking about? Shut up. She was like, me and Lord killed Martin in love, and we want to get married. And Queen Charlotte said, baby, that ain't no secret, and I don't care. Marry the man. Girl, you don't need my blessing, girl. Go get married. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm talking about Lady Whistledown. One of you motherfuckers in here is Lady Whistledown. Because had Cressida Cowper not said the shit she said about y'all, then the real Lady Whistledown wouldn't have came out of the woodwork. So I don't know who it is. I don't know which one of you motherfuckers it may be. But bitch, you better start talking to me. And to say, hey, Queen Charlotte, how you doing, friend? Yeah. No. So listen. Even if anybody in here decided they wanted to be Lady Whistledown, I'd have shut that shit down. So ain't nobody over here with the last name Bridgerton, Lady Whistledown. And Penelope looked at him like, mind you, Colin, before, you know, Francesca said what she said, was staring the dog shit out of Penelope like, bitch, you better not say a motherfucking word. You better not say nothing. So after Queen Charlotte said, you know what? Hold your tongue. Don't speak now, but guess what? I'ma loosen that motherfucking tongue yet. And left. And I'm like, that bitch love threatening people, showing up crashing parties, threatening people to leave. Mind you, Lady Danbury stood there the whole time like, bitch, hey friend, what you doing here? So then Colin run out the other door, go down the back steps, and I'm just like, so y'all just gonna let him storm out? Ain't nobody gonna ask no questions? So then Penelope chased behind him, and she was like, look, I didn't know if I would have said something, if that would have helped or harmed your family. He said, I'm glad you didn't say not a motherfucking thing. Don't you say shit. You hear me? Okay, go and let that lady whistle down shit go. And she was like, excuse the fuck out of you. Sir, you don't even know what it feels like to be a woman, to have people tell you that you got to let go of the most important parts of yourself, your dreams, your ambitions. Like, get the fuck out of my face, Colin. And she was like, because I am Lady Whistle now. He was like, well, bitch, I don't accept that. She was like, are you serious? She was like, it's our wedding now. He said, friend, you know what? Since I'm real upset with you right now, all angry like, I'm going to go ahead and sleep on the sofa. So I'm going to go outside and get our carriage so we can go home and not hunch. And me being me, I said, you can go the fuck home. I'm going to stay here in my mama's house. Because, bitch, I wouldn't have left Portia's house. Bitch, I'd have stayed at Portia's house. Bitch, I ain't going home with you. Fuck you. Go in the carriage and go home, Colin. Fuck you. You want to be mad at me? You want to hunch me? Nigga, go home. So then, Eloise come down there. And she started crying and she hugged her friend. She's like, oh, it's going to be all right. So they, it's their wedding night. And Penelope sleep in the room by herself. And then Colin, old angry ass, sleep on the chase sofa set, the setting sofa, or whatever the fuck it's called. So after that, he get dressed when she come out the room the next morning. And he fully dressed. Because you never fully dressed without a smile. But he was mad than a motherfucker. She said, how you sleep? He was like, girl, I'm good. Look here. I'm going to go over there to my mama's house. And she was like, you don't want to. He was like, I'm going to just go to my mama's house. You and your mama have tea. Girl, bye. So after that, Ray coming in was like, hey, friend, somebody here to see you. She was like, yeah, just tell my mama I'm coming. And Ray was looking like, bitch, this is not your mama. Bring your ass. So Penelope finally bring her ass in there, as crusted old evil ass, because she found out that Penelope was Lady Whistledown because somebody found out that Lady Whistledown is a redhead who's about a good 5 feet tall. So she coming out like, hey friend, how you doing? Or should I say Lady Whistledown? How was your wedding night? And I'm thinking, bitch, that girl ain't get no dick. Why is you in my household? So she be like, yeah, I know you Lady Whistledown, bitch, and I want you to give me 10 pounds. Penelope said, girl, get the fuck out of my house. She was like, yeah, friend, yeah, no. I want my money. And I ain't leaving here till I get it. Matter of fact, bitch, you got until I decide. If you don't give me my money, I'm going to tell people you Lady Whistledown. And so then Portia showed up. She said, girl, what you doing here? She was like, matter of fact, since you think ain't nobody going to believe me, Lady Catherine said, when have you ever noticed your daughter was ever not in the same room as everybody else? And like when people say or do something to her, they will mysteriously wind up in Lady Whistledown. And you mad now that you just realized that your daughter been Lady Whistledown this whole time? Anyway, y'all have a good day, bitch. You better have my money. Okay, bye. So Portia said, is she lying? And Penelope said, no, that bitch might be lying about a lot of things, but that bitch ain't lying about that. And Portia said, this whole time, you've been right here talking shit about me, your sisters, yourself. This whole time, I'm thinking it's somebody who don't like me. Come to find out, you my biggest aunt, my own child, in my house, been talking cash money shit about me. Do Colin know? Yeah, he know. Well, ain't that about a bitch? Okay, well, don't tell him. She was like, you, girl, is you crazy? I'm finna go get dressed so I can go tell my husband this tall, lanky bitch that came over here threatening to blackmail me. So they go over there to Bridgerton house and, Eloise telling her brother, look here, the queen gonna get over it. Don't let your marriage, suffer because you mad at that girl. Y'all gonna get over it. Fuck. The queen thought I was Lady Whistledown at one point. He's like, man, I don't know how me and Penelope, what you doing here? He was like, I thought I was gonna see you later, friend. She like, look here, my mama know. And then Portia was like, well, I mean, should we be having this conversation in front of Eloise? And Penelope said, Eloise know too. And she said, well, ain't this about some shit? Every fucking body in Mayfair knew my daughter was Lady Whistledown but me. And so, Eloise was like, well, okay, now that everybody know that we know, why do we know we know? She said, bitch, because Cressida ass came over to my house threatening to blackmail me. She said, how Cressida know? She said, bitch, I don't know. But now the bitch told me she wants 10,000 pounds. And they said, 10,000 pounds? Bitch, what? And Colin said, bitch, we ain't running nobody nothing because ain't nobody finna be playing in my wife's face. And so, Penelope was like, I mean, it ain't about the money. I just didn't want to, like, have no secrets between us. I mean, if I wanted to pay the bitch, I could. And everybody was like, wait, what? She was like, Eloise was like, girl, you got that much money? And Penelope was like, I mean, I got a little more than that. And Portia said, all this time, you done had all this money. I feel like they should have had Portia say, girl, we was eating potatoes and shit. You could have gave me a little money, bitch. When we didn't know whether or not your sisters was gonna have dowries, you could have gave me, bitch. You had money for, yeah. So after Colin decided to take his ass over there to talk to Cressida and made it worse. He go back to the house and he, Penelope and Eloise, they reconcile their friendship. And Penelope was like, be honest with me. Was you only being friends with her to be petty? Eloise was like, no. I mean, maybe a little bit. But at the end of the day, you my homegirl. That's it. So after that, Colin came back to the house and he said, yeah, I made it worse, babe. I'm sorry. She was like, anyway, now that bitch wants 20 pounds. And Penelope said, I ain't got that fucking much money to get at home. And so Colin was like, I mean, I asked Benedict, Anthony done left him in charge again. And she was like, I thank you, and all the shit you do. And so then, this episode 8 now. And so, Prudence and what's her face, Philippa decide they gonna throw a ball called a Dankworth Finch ball. That's why, Cressida said, y'all gonna have me my money by the time your sister-in-laws had a ball. And so, what happened? What's that girl name? Francesca and what's his name get married. And, what happened? He give a little speech to Violet and that made me cry. And, Eloise, just like me, was in the background getting drunk. And so, everybody was, peeping the fact that, Violet and Lloyd Anderson was getting real close. And, Benedict and Colin was like, I think it's nice mama got her a friend. And Francesca said, Eloise, you better mind your motherfucking P's and Q's, because if that man don't keep her occupied, bitch, she gonna try and marry you off next. And Eloise said, you know what? Mama can have her a friend. Yup, she can have her a friend. She sure the fuck can. I hope her and Lord Anderson have all the fun. She can have her a friend. Lady Danbury and Violet talk about the fact that, Lady Danbury had hushed her daddy. And she was like, you a good friend. My daddy was a good man. And bitch, that's all I need to know. Of course, we get to the Dankworth Finch ball. Penelope paid for that. Penelope and Colin have a conversation about, her not wanting him to talk to his brother. Her wanting her man to touch her, tease her. He was like, I want to, but I just don't understand. What else? We get to the Dankworth ball. Penelope wrote a letter to Violet and the Queen. And, the Queen showed up to the ball. It was real cute or whatever. And the Queen showed up, because y'all know that lady petty. And, Brutus was like, oh my God, Your Highness. Oh my God, I didn't know you were going to accept our invitation or not. And Queen Charlotte said, girl, I did not accept your invitation. Matter of fact, y'all stop playing that motherfucking music. And she was like, look, the reason I came around here is because Lady Wilson had wrote me a letter and told me to come over here. And everybody was like, bitch, what? And Portia was like, girl, what the fuck you did? And so Violet and Colin was looking like, girl, what the fuck? I know she didn't. And so the Queen was like, so Lady Wilson said she wanted to talk to y'all before I decided what I was gonna do. So hey, come here. And so everybody, she was like, huh, come here. And so everybody was like, bitch, is that Penelope? It's Penelope. And that little Aggie bitch from that one episode, I forgot her name. I'm gonna call that little Aggie bitch. She was gagged and gooped. Bitch. She was talking all that shit. So then Penelope was like, hey y'all, what's up? You know, hey my dearest gentle readers or whatever. Look here. I started writing about y'all because I realized ain't nobody paying me no attention. And she was talking to her mama. She had looked at her. She was like, you know, ain't nobody was paying me no attention. So I, you know, I started writing shit. And you know, I was enjoying talking about y'all because shit, y'all was interesting and fascinating to me, bitch, you know, because I ain't had no life or no purpose because didn't nobody want to hunch me. You know, being a young lady, I was giving a voice to the voiceless, you know what I'm saying? And she was looking at Eloise. And she was like, you know, and I realized after all these years of doing it, you know, that power is intoxicating. And she was looking at the queen. And she said, but you know what? Writing Lady Whistledown made a bitch feel worthy. And I realized that I could do whatever I want to do and be all I want to be. And she was looking at Colin. And then she said, but you know what? You know, I want the queen. You know, they was back to playing chess. She said, you know, I decided to tell y'all who I was because I feel like the queen need to go ahead and let me know what she's going to do. That's my plea and my penance or repent or whatever the fuck she said. You know, her alliteration. She cool with that. And so the queen had looked at Lady Danbury because, you know, her Lady Danbury had actually played chess. And, you know, the queen was like, so friend, you know who really is down there being Lady Whistledown, don't you? And Lady Danbury was like, I mean, maybe, friend, but look at what you gonna do when you find out who it is. I mean, because at the end of the day, what's the point of playing the game if not everybody gets to play? You know, that's the gist of what she said. And so she was like, you know what? She seems humble, but we'll be keeping our eyes on you. What's life without a little gossip? And then she left. And so everybody bowed down to the queen. And someday, you know, I peeped because somebody had put it up there, was that Lady Danbury had bowed to Penelope. Because, you know, she always knew it was Penelope all along if you read the book. So after that, Portia come over there. Oh, everybody was talking shit. They was like, bitch, I know you lying. This whole time, what's up? And so Philippa and true big sister Mo was like, now Varley the bugs. And she released the butterflies. Just a little behind the scenes tea. Just a little behind the scenes stuff. Them butterflies wasn't real. That was green screened butterflies. Them people weren't actually looking at butterflies. That's how you know everybody in there is a phenomenal actor. Because wasn't no fucking butterflies. They was looking at nothing. They was like, oh my God, that's amazing. Oh wow. Bitch, they weren't looking at nothing. They was looking at nothing. After that, Portia and Penelope found out that Portia helped cousin Jack steal because that man went around there talking to the dead aunt people and stuff. And so he was like, yeah, bitch, I'm gonna tell on you to the queen. And so Portia and Penelope had got into an argument or whatever. And Portia realized that, you know, Penelope started writing Lady Whistledown to protect herself from her. So anyway, they low-key reconciled. And then, you know, Portia was like, girl, I'm proud of you. And, you know, Penelope's like, look, we're going to tell that creditor man with his aggravating ass that you got the money from me writing. And since the queen, you know, basically respects me, he going to believe it. And she was like, girl, I love you. And she was like, all right, turn around. And so she turned around and Colin was staring at her. He walked over there. He was like, good evening. She was like, good evening. And he was like, you know, my mama was, you know, shocked and, you know, very, what's the word I'm looking for? She was excited. I don't know what the fuck he said about that letter. She was like, look, I had left out the letter that, if you wanted an annulment, friend, I'm not going to contest it. And Colin was like, girl, what? Look here. I love you, okay? Like, I went back and I read your letters and I realized that even though, you know, I had wanted to separate you and Lady Whistledown, I couldn't. Y'all the same bitch. And I love both of y'all. So at the end of the day, I love you. And if my life and my purpose is the only thing I got to do is love on you, then girl, I'm a fulfilled man. I love you, Mrs. Bridgerton. She was like, I love you, Mr. Bridgerton. And I feel like they should have kissed, whatever. And then at the end, we see them hunching, and it was real cute. And I had seen a whole bunch of videos where they had tongue kissed at each other. Yeah. Anyway, and at the end, we see that Prudence, Philippa, and Penelope all had babies. And Penelope had the heir. We don't know his name. We don't even know Pruda's baby name, but we know Philippa baby name is Philomena, and she gonna be a writer like her auntie Penelope. And Kyla wrote his book Traveling with Myself. I feel like they should have used one of the titles from the book, you know, An Englishman in Greece or Englishman in Capri. I think it'd have been cute if they named it An Englishman in Capri. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, yeah. But anyway, y'all. Yeah. But anyway, y'all, that's kind of all. I mean, y'all hoes piss me off. I had to get my review out. I did, and I had to be calm and patient, and I really had to make sure that I really thoroughly got my thoughts and feels about how amazing season 3 was. Season 3 was amazing. Like,